Albert Einstein, the great scientist, said, "You have to learn the rules of the game, and then you have to play better than anyone else." We are discussing organizational politics or workplace politics. Politics has been around for millennia. Great philosopher Aristotle, who even used to be the very pioneering engineer, wrote that politics stems from a diversity of interests, and those competing interests must be resolved in some way. Rational decision-making alone may not work when interests are fundamentally incongruent, so political behaviors and influence tactics arise. Any organization of the world is full of internal clashes, internal politics, internal conflicts arising out of the difference in opinions, difference in interests, and difference in ideologies. Of course, the difference in work process mechanism, difference in action mechanism also brings lots of politics in the organizations. And organizations can also never rule it out that the organization is free of politics. The only issue is that resolving the differences and channelizing the politics in positive manner. Politics is the lubricant that oils your organization's internal gears. Jerry Bolander, the management guru, writes in his book How to Deal with Organizational Politics. He tries to signify that politics can be a lubricant, can be a catalyst, can be a motivating force for organization if it is channelized properly, if it is utilized properly. 93% of managers surveyed reported that workplace politics exist in their organization. 70% felt that in order to be successful, a person has to engage in politics. This was a survey done by Gans and Murray in 1980. The survey even concluded that politics is a part of organizational life because organizations are made up of different interests that need to be aligned. What are the reasons for political behavior? There might be so many reasons. Out of those, one of the reasons is ambiguous goals. When the goals of a department or organization are ambiguous, more room is available for politics. As a result, members may pursue personal gain under the guise of pursuing organizational goals. Limited resources even invite politics. Politics surfaces when resources are scarce and allocation decisions must be made. If resources were ample, there would be no need to use politics to claim one's share. Changing technology and changing environment, rapidly changing technology, also brings in political scenario in organization. In general, political behavior is increased when the nature of the internal technology is non-routine and when the external environment is dynamic and complex. Under these conditions, ambiguity and uncertainty are increased, thereby triggering political behavior by groups interested in pursuing certain courses of action. Non-programmed decisions also invite politics. A distinction is made between programmed and non-programmed decisions. When decisions are not programmed, conditions surrounding the decision problem and the decision process are usually more ambiguous, which leaves room for political maneuvering. Programmed decisions, on the other hand, are typically specified in such detail that little room for maneuvering exists. Hence, we are likely to see more political behavior on major questions such as long-range strategic planning decisions. Organizational change. Every organization, keeps on changing its structure, changing its, internal setup, changing its strategy, and so and so. So organizational change also brings in lots of politics inside it. Periods of organizational change also present opportunities for political rather than rational behavior. Efforts to restructure a particular department, open a new division, introduce a new product line, and so forth are invitations to join the political process as different factions and coalitions fight over territory. So now we can define organizational politics or workplace politics in three different perspectives. It can be taken as a process and behavior in human interactions involving power and authority. Power is the influence of some individual on others, and authority is the power that is exercised by any individual in any organization, entitled to him or her by the organization through some rank and file. Organizational politics can also be viewed as the activities associated with the use of influence tactics to improve personal or organizational interests. Organizational politics can also be taken as a tool to assess the operational capacity and to balance diverse views of the interested parties. It is also known as office politics and organizational politics. Organizational politics are informal, unofficial, and sometimes behind the scenes efforts to sell ideas, influence an organization, increase power, or achieve other targeted objectives. How do the employees respond to organizational politics? The perceptions of organizational politics might have various layers. It might influence the employees in the sense that it will invite the decrease in job satisfaction. It might even increase the anxiety and stress. Organizational politics even might increase the turnover of the organization. Organizational politics even can reduce the performance level of the employees. But then if it is channelized positively, then the perceptions of organizational politics on the employees might result in increase in job satisfaction, decrease in anxiety and stress, increase in turnover, and increase in even performance. What are the factors that influence political behavior in organizations? In other words, how the peoples inside the organization behave politically. What are the factors? We can have flatly two categories. One is individual factors and another one is organizational factors. What are the individual factors that influences the political behavior? These are high self-monitors, internal locus of control, high match personality, organizational investment, perceived job alternatives, and expectations of success. These are the factors, these are the individual factors which influences the political behavior. Now the organizational factors. What are the factors in organization which influence the political behavior? These are reallocation of resources, promotion opportunities, low trust, role ambiguity, unclear performance evaluation system, zero-sum reward practices, democratic decision making, high performance pressures, and self-serving senior managers. So these individual factors and organizational factors influence the either low or high level of political behavior in the employees, which will yield the favorable outcomes, either in the form of rewards or in the form of punishments. Now, what are the functions of organizational politics? Organizational politics basically helps the people to adapt, and it helps the organization to succeed in ways that the formal structure alone cannot guarantee. Organizational politics even adds life to the otherwise lifeless skeleton of an organization. In other sense, it is, of course, again, it's the lubricant for the organizational life. It even helps overcoming personal inadequacies, coping with the changes, channelizing personal contacts, and substituting for formal authority. There are 5 strategies for limiting effects of political behavior. These 5 strategies will help the employees to control their political behavior and to limit their political behavior within the periphery of positive dimension. These constraining strategies are open communication, reduction of uncertainty, awareness, becoming a good role model, and watching the game players. These will control the political behavior in the organization. Now, lastly, how to deal with organizational politics and how to be positively active in positive politics. The suggestions are: one needs to be data driven, needs to be updated, one needs to foster alliances, one needs to admit when one is wrong, one needs to understand the question behind the question, one needs to tell the truth, and one needs to always look out for the best interest of the company. Even fostering good relationships will also help the people to act positively in organizational politics. Helping others will also foster the positive politics. Trying and finding common ground will also help the positive politics. And always to take the side of peacemaker will also help one to become a positive politician. And constantly adjusting to the changing scenario, changing organizational climate will also help the employees to involve in positive politics. So this is where we conclude that any organization cannot keep away with the organizational politics, and politics can not always be negative in that sense, and organizational politics can be channelized for the betterment of the organization and the employees. Thank you.